we got the nerds. Of course, they're complete social outcasts.
They look pretty harmless.
They're actually sneaky bastards. Their turf is the library. And those are the preps. They're all money and condescending attitudes.
Yeah, massively inbred and completely brainless.
Very observant, Jimmy boy. Now over there are the greasers. They think they're tough.
Or at least try to look tough.
Wouldn't advise messing with them, at least not yet. They hang by the auto shop. And last but not least, the jocks. These guys rule the school. Definitely avoid them.
Whatever, I'm not afraid of some dumb roid monkeys.
You'll learn. Come on, let's go.
You're here to learn, not to goof off. Get to class.
Yo, what is up guys, Gamerverse back again, here to do another review for you guys today, man. Today we are reviewing Bully Scholarship Edition. Yes, the original game came out back in 2006. It actually released for the PS2, and then with the Scholarship Edition coming out for the PC in March 2008. If you're wondering, no, I haven't played this game, especially like back then. I haven't played it at all, and 2025 was actually the first time I played it. I've seen a lot of videos about it when it came out. In fact, I had a PS2 when it came out. I was trying to find the game, but I never really got around to finding the game, and it is a Rockstar game, so I was quite interested in playing it. But I'm just glad I decided to give the game a chance, because this game is different, very different, but it has its good moments, and it is definitely a standout game by Rockstar. So I'm here to review it, and as you guys know how I do my reviews. If you don't know, what I do is I compile a bunch of topics, and then at the end of the video I give the game a final score, and hopefully you will decide if you do want to play this game or not. And if you are just here to check out the video, I really appreciate you too. And without further ado, let's get into the first topic. I just want to talk about the setting first. The setting and the premise. The game is set in this town called Bullworth, and it is basically set around you being in a school, a boarding school basically, and you live on the dorm in the premises you live in the premises on a dorm. Basically you live there, so it is a boarding school basically. And it's set in this town that is actually closed off, and different parts of the town eventually unlock the more you play the game. And yeah, that's the setting, and it's quite different. I must say it's different. If you haven't played it, it's gonna feel different, but it's quite cool as well. Like, I got used to the setting, and you get used to the Bullworth life as you continue to discover things about the town, things about the school, different things about it. And yeah, it just makes sense that Rockstar would do something like this, and they really nailed it actually. So yeah, that is the setting of the game. Next, I want to talk about the story. Story is basically the meat of the game, in my opinion. You play as a character called Jimmy Hopkins, and he is a unique protagonist in this game. There's a lot of memorable side characters, and there is school cliques. You get jocks, you get nerds, there are greaseballs, there are there's girls as well. There's a girls dorm. There's themes of rebellion, friendship, and school politics. This story takes place with Jimmy and him being dumped by his mother to join the school, not out of his own will, but his mother sent him there because he's been a bad child. He's been expelled from various different schools, and this is kind of like him. This is like the final straw. His mom has had the final straw. His mom sent him to Bullworth Academy to change. Hopefully he's going to change and whatever. But obviously in the story he meets students, and he figures out this world of Bullworth. It's different, and there's a lot of story in it. There's a lot of character in the story. Eventually you become the most well-known in the school, and you become the most popular, and you become the most known in the town too. So you get to take over the town as well. It's basically like a rise to fame type of thing. You get to a level where everybody likes you, and you know you are on top of the town basically. And it's that kind of teenage type of thing. It's basically something similar to the GTA games, where you at the end of the game you always have a lot of money because you do the final heist or you do the final mission and you made it to the top. So making it to the top, that comes with all of these items and cash and things like that. So they took the same type of story where it's a story to rise and fame, but put it into a school setting, into a teenage setting. And no, there's not any blood in the game, but you still get to beat around the bush and you still get to fight in the game, which I will talk about in the gameplay topic. But the story was really good. I really enjoyed the story. 52 missions, though. There is 52 missions, so it will probably take you at least maybe 40, maybe 20 hours, 28, 29, depending on how you play. And I think it was worth it. Like, the story is worth it, and you get to see how Jimmy changes and how the school develops, which is really cool. So yes, next let's talk gameplay. In the gameplay, you've got an open world school environment, and you also have the town which you can drive around in. You got a skateboard, you got a bicycle that you can ride, and then as you go even further to the game, you actually unlock a scooter as well. Very close to the game, you can drive around in the scooter, though you can't drive cars. There is class that you have to go to. You gotta go to class. You gotta be on time to your classes. If you don't attend class, you will be committing truancy, and the teachers or the security around the school campus will apprehend you, and they will take you to class, or you will get punished and you will have to do detention, and the principal will talk to you, which is really cool. And there's activities as well. There's fighting in the game. You get to learn from somebody who's been in the military. He's living on a bus outside of the school, a broken bus, and you go to him and he teaches you how to fight. Very, very hilarious. Actually, this game is very hilarious in some instances. There are pranks as well. You can throw people with eggs. You can throw people with marbles, things like that. And there's a reputation system as well. And the reputation system is more of like your respect, the respect you get from the different cliques, you know, like the jocks, the nerds, the greaseballs, the preppies, the respect you get from them, and your respect from the town, and even the teachers as well. There's seasonal changes in the game as well, also are different. Like, you go through summer, winter, fall, and all of these things, like the seasonal changes, happens as the game progresses. So the further you get into the game story, it becomes winter, then summer, and then at the end of the game you have an endless summer, which gives you the opportunity to continue playing the game, but you get to do the side missions that you missed, or if you just want to explore, go ahead and do that. So yeah, that is basically the gameplay. Like I said, you get to fight. You get access to like a slingshot that you can use. You get access to like a potato gun. There's all these weird guns that you get access to. There's no real guns in the game. I mean, obviously it's based in a boarding school, and they want the game to be, you know, a little less lighthearted. Lighthearted because it basically set in a school, and Rockstar did something really cool. I feel like this is something satirical that they did, and it's very humorous. Coming back to it and playing it in 2025, there's a certain retrospect of the humor that they used and how they use a satire in the game to make these funny jokes, but then also make it lighthearted in the fact that there's no guns. You can't really like kill people in the game, but you can knock people out. You can knock out these guys that always try to bully you. You can be the bully, or you can defend people from the bullies in the school, which is what I decided to do. And I don't think the game has different endings actually. In fact, let me look it up. Let me look it up while I am creating this YouTube video for you guys. So I think there might be different endings, but I'm not particularly sure. The ending is not drastically different from the player's choices, but it does feature a freedom period, which I mentioned, the endless summer. And I think there might just be more than one ending. Yeah, there might be more than one ending, though you can look that up in your own free time. So yeah, that is the gameplay, guys. Next, I do want to talk. Let's talk scholarship editions. What does a scholarship edition include? There's new classes. There is new missions, side missions compared to the PS2 version. There's the differences between the console version and the PC version. There's graphical things that's improved, and of course, I will be talking about that as well. But Rockstar, like I said, the Rockstar satirical style in a school setting is just different, and it's like I said, it's like they took GTA and made it PG, but still funny and still great, and the humor lands very well in 2025, even though the game is years old. It's still quite cool, and I still wish that they do actually make a Bully 2, which has been speculated, but they I don't know if it's in development or what, but that would be really cool with today's type of graphics. And on the talk of graphics, next let's talk performance and graphics. How well does it run on PC? Are there any mods? How does the textures look? Is there any bugs or compatibility issues? It actually runs decent on PC. You get a steady 60 frames per second depending on if how you cap the game. I don't think you can set it basically on the scholarship edition. That's where mods come in. Mods actually, I think on the base game, the game is set to 30 frames per second. But with these graphical mods, you can actually set the game to 60 frames per second, over 60 frames if you want to, 120. And these graphic mods and improvements was really, really well done. Especially if you go on Nexus now and see the graphical mods. Let me just see which graphical mod was used, because I know I was using the graphic mod like right through the game, and it's actually awesome compared to how it looks without it, which is like really, really, really dull. Yeah, it's actually a reshade and 4K upscaled pre-rendered cutscenes. So that is two mods on its own. Reshade is a whole different like color filter for your LUTs. But yeah, there's a lot of experimenting with graphics for the game and mods that you can get. Lingering bugs, I would say the game crashed maybe like 2, 3, 4 times on me. And I would say that was basically the only like bugs I ran into. Other than that, it's yeah, there was one mission. I can't recall the name of the mission, but there was one mission that had a bug, and I had to dig through the game's files and change the FPS cap from 60 to 30, and it worked. But I had no idea how to do that, and I had to look it up. But yeah, other than that, no other bugs in the game, and it runs really well on PC. Scholarship Edition ran very well. So next, let's talk final verdict. Okay, before we talk final verdict, let's talk a little bit about the legacy of the game. At this point, the game is nearly 20 years old. Let's talk. Yeah, basically, it's 20 years old, right? Why Rockstar never made a Bully 2? I have no idea about that. I feel like they didn't have the budget. Maybe, I'm not sure. It influenced other games though. Like the game has a cult following. You can go onto YouTube and see people that have YouTube channels dedicated only to bully and bully playthroughs, bully tips, bully mods. And the game definitely has a cult following, and a lot of people want Bully 2, and really would like to have Bully 2. There's a cult following for the game, and I feel like Rockstar has acknowledged it, and I don't know, maybe they'll make a Bully 2. I guess we'll only see with time, but at this point it might not be likely, so let's see. And the final verdict, is the game worth playing in 2025? Who would enjoy it the most? If you haven't played it like at all, then it's definitely worth it. I feel like if you have played it, you know what you're in for. But if you're like me and you haven't played the game at all, this is definitely a great time to play it. If you haven't played it at all, go ahead and download the Scholarship Edition for PC, and you would definitely enjoy this game. Who would enjoy it the most now? I feel Rockstar fans, of course. If you're a fan of Rockstar games, and if you're a fan of just open world RPG, open world games in general, this game is definitely for you, and you would enjoy it, definitely. And that brings me to my final score for the game. I think I'm giving Bully a solid 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, guys, that has been my review for Bully Scholarship Edition on PC. Let me know if you enjoyed the video by liking the video, and of course subscribe to my channel for some awesome more content like this. Let me know in the comment section if you're planning on playing the game, and I always appreciate you guys checking out my videos. Guys, I've been Game of Us, and I will see you guys in another video.